Hello, District family. It's good to be able to communicate with you this way. I'm standing with Greg McCombs. Greg's a licensed worker with us here in the Western Canadian District. He's been a pastor at First Alliance Church, and he's branched out since then and done many other things in his ministry. More recently, he came to our last prayer retreat, led a marriage enrichment weekend, and then was also Lady Pearl.
I will admit to that, yes.
And I'm a little bit more comfortable without the dress on than I was when we were up on stage together, Greg. But I just want to communicate with you that we did have a marriage retreat just before the prayer retreat. And Greg led that experience. The feedback that we've had for the 14 couples who were able to go to that is just that it was a fantastic personal experience, a developmental experience for people in their marriages. And what did you see happening in people's lives in those 2 days that you had with them just before the prayer retreat?
My wife Angela and I have been leading the weekend together. We're so blessed to hang out with these pastoral couples. I mean, my heart beats fast for pastors. Being one myself, knowing what God's called us to do is such a cool thing. But in ministry, when we're married, we're also called to love our spouse and to pour everything we can into helping our spouse become all that God created them to be. And I know in ministry sometimes we get going with what God's called us to do, and it's sometimes tough to slow down and apply what we know up here to our own marriages. So it was so cool to sit with 14 pastoral couples, talking real life, talking what marriage looks like in ministry, and actually viewing our marriage as a ministry. And had such a fun time, such a blessing for Angie and I to be there, to sit with these couples, to share of our life, and then just work through some practical things about what's going to help our marriage become all that it can be. Not necessarily for our congregation, just for us. So as a couple, for me and my spouse, what has God planned in His heart for our marriage? How can that be a blessing to our children, to the next generations around us? How can it be a blessing to our church as well, ultimately? So it's just a fantastic weekend. Such a great thing to be with those couples and see what God was doing in people's hearts. So it's really great.
There's lots of places to go and receive a marriage enrichment experience. What I appreciate about this is that it just focused in on clergy, and clergy needs are different in marriage than, I mean, there's all sorts of overlap with normal people, but clergy marriages do have some unique needs, and you were able to lean into that. So you've also started a new ministry in the last 3 years or so. Tell me a little bit about that. What's it called? What's it about?
The Canadian Marriage and Family Network, I mean, really it's born out of conversations that I had when I was a pastor of marriage and family at First Alliance. Pastors saying we would love to do something for marriages in our church, in our leadership, in the communities that we serve. Can you help us? And so it was out of that really God bore this in our heart to step out in faith and to trust God to help us equip the church, to inspire and equip the church to transform the marriages and families within its reach. And so really we're just an equipping ministry, to listen to where churches are at and what they need, and if we can help serve them as they serve marriages and families, then we want to do that. So that's what our heartbeat is. First for pastors and their spouses, and then for the ministry of the church to be just a light for God's heart for marriage.
Fantastic. Well, as you know, we in the Western Canadian District are committed to you, to your health as a leader, and it's my desire that every single one of our licensed workers that are married over the course of the next couple of years would go and receive some sort of a injection into the quality of your home relationship. A healthy me and a healthy home is a platform for a healthy ministry. And our Dexcom has agreed to invest in our lives up to $400 per couple in our district up until the end of 2 years from now. It was a 3-year deal, and it's a pilot project. Again, I just open the door to you. Go find any vendor of a marriage enrichment experience that you're excited about. Go to that retreat and then bill us for up to $400 at the district. We'd be happy to support you in that way. If Greg and his ministry can be that vendor, that's fantastic. Next year we will again have Greg come out and provide marriage enrichment experience prior to prayer retreat. You can look forward to that, but again, only 14 couples can get into that experience. So look around. Greg might even be providing some more over this coming year. If he is,
Yeah.
we will notify you of that. But there are many other people as well that are providing these experiences. So God bless you. Thanks for those 14 families, 14 couples, for being our first responders, our guinea pigs this last time around. Glad that you were there, and thanks for the good feedback. God bless you all. Oh, one more thing that I just forgot to say. Am I on?
Yeah.
One more thing that I just forgot to say is that we had Melanie Dreger, actually Ron Brown had Melanie Dreger speak about clergy marriages in particular, and I think there are just 5-minute teaching sessions that she has on the Global Vault, www.globalvault.ca. Go there, there's really some tremendous application help there from Melanie. That's it.